Hi everyone. I have some disappointing news about having to go back online for worship services. So I'm going to read a letter to you from the COVID task force, or from the Archbishop actually, under the advice of the COVID task force. So here's what it says. It says, as of Epiphany, January 6, 2022, this letter just came out last Friday actually. Dear people of the Diocese of Calgary, we enter the new year under the shadow of a new variant of the COVID-19 virus. The Omicron variant is highly contagious and is working its way through the population at rates higher than anything we have witnessed to date with COVID-19. Hospital admissions in Alberta are on the rise again, and the evidence from other jurisdictions that have been dealing with this variant longer suggests that we can expect a dramatic rise in hospitalization in the next 2 weeks. While this variant generally causes less severe infections, by sheer numbers of infections alone it threatens to tax our healthcare resources. While many experts concede that most of us could become infected with this variant, we should do our part to slow the rate of infection so as to lessen the stress and strain, not only on healthcare resources but on our family, friends, and neighbours who work in healthcare and live daily with the stress and fatigue that comes from shouldering an unimaginable burden for almost 2 years. In an effort to do our part, the Archbishop, on the advice of the COVID-19 task force, is once again suspending in-person worship in the Diocese of Calgary and asking parishes to return to online services and other non-in-person ways of connecting, gathering, and caring for the people in our parish communities. For those parishes prepared to suspend services immediately, suspensions can begin this Sunday, January 9th. The general suspension should begin no later than Sunday, January 16th, and will last for at least 3 Sundays, January 16th, 23rd, and 30th. While we hope that this next wave of COVID-19 will rise and fall quickly, the Archbishop and Task Force will further advise during the next week between January 23rd and 30th as to whether the suspension should be extended past January 30th. As a season for annual meetings of parishioners approaches, thought should be given to how parishes can conduct their meetings in a non-in-person format if need be. Permission may be granted to delay these meetings past the normal deadline should delaying them be deemed the best course of action. Even if a later date in-person meeting is possible, consideration should be given as to how to include parishioners who are unable or not yet comfortable with attending in person. Low attendance for Christmas services has been reported across the diocese and seems to be the result of people self-excluding themselves from in-person services. This phenomenon could also affect in-person annual meetings. Over this past 22 months, the people and clergy from the Diocese of Calgary have found innovative and creative ways to be pastoral and stay connected with parishioners in times of in-person worship suspensions. The Archbishop and COVID-19 Task Force want to encourage the continued use of these good practices and commend the work that has been done as a basis for continued care in a time when we cannot gather together physically. Faithfully yours, Archbishop Greg and the COVID-19 Task Force. So that is the letter that we were given last Friday. I know it's disappointing. I personally don't really agree that that's, I think it is precautionary, but I also believe that suspending service and these kinds of lockdown measures also puts another group at risk in terms of mental health and other issues. So, but we are a people under the authority of our Archbishop, and so we are obliged to follow these measures for the next 3 Sundays. I know it's disappointing, and it feels like we're stuck in a loop that we can't get out of, especially if we keep following this philosophy. So I don't know what to say. It's disappointing and it's sad, and it's been nice being together with everybody, and hopefully that it only lasts for this next 3 Sundays and then we can get back together again. So God bless you all, and we will stay in touch, and please do connect to the online services And if you have anything to say, we can't do anything personally if you sort of contact us. But if you have issues with it, you can always send an email to the diocese. Yeah. God bless you all, and we will get through this. And there will be a time when this ends, this craziness ends. So, take care.